Hello world. Let's see, is this working? I think so. I'm going to be showing NoteEQ. People were asking about this and how to use it, what's it for. I think the easiest way to really show this is with the bass guitar. When I made the old version of this plugin way back in the day, WDL, it was really for dealing with this problem a lot of people call one note bass. Let me turn off the AC real quick. Now I have a 5-string Fender Squier Dimension bass, and as cheap as it is, it doesn't really so much have the problem that this plugin was really meant to solve. But let's maybe just look for it. So there's two different problems really. Any guitar and bass, I think I'm not exactly sure why this is. I think it might have to do with like the pickup resonance or something. They all seem to have some notes that are way louder than others, and that's one problem. And the other problem is sometimes notes sound so close together that it's really hard to tell who's who. Let me look for the first problem first. Usually it's like around the 7th fret, so let me just see how balanced this is. Ooh, this one is the 8th fret. Interesting. Okay, let me just record that real quick. I think you can see it on this, where is it? You can kind of see them going up and down. I'm trying to pick as evenly as I can, but let me see if I can be a little bit more even with that. Yeah, see, it's still louder. So it's this note. And that note is C. Okay? So I'm going to go to NoteEQ. Loop this section right here. Beeper's saying C3, this is saying C2. I don't know what to say. Alright, let's just try C2 real quick. So if I go to C2, C1. If I go to C2, let's just see what happens when I turn it up. So you see, I can't just turn it up or turn it down because it's going to mess with the note next to it. But, you know, I could make the Q sharper, right? But what I might want to do... This is too much. What I might want to do instead... And I kind of think that this really the second harmonic that's really going to be the strong one. So let's go to C3 real quick. Oops. I really think it's that harmonic that's really going to matter, but let me just do these both. So I'm going to turn on the compressor here, the dynamics anyway, and I'm just going to slam it infinity to 1. This may be a little bit too see, you know, even with the tuning a little bit, it's a little tricky to get it exact. I could change the pitch a little bit, but you know, we could mess with the tuning here, but probably rather not. Oops, where did I get a poof? That's not good. Pull this back up. Sorry. Luckily, it should just give me a backup. 216. There we go. Okay, let me look at the first harmonic with that. So just with the dynamic side, you could even it out pretty well, but let me get to some really low notes. I'm going to reset this to factory. Oops, that's not working. I guess we got to deal with that. There we go. Okay. Special. Let's see if it held. Yep. I haven't actually worked on this one for quite a while, so let's look at some low notes. Okay, so yeah, these guys are pretty close together. So this is the other thing. And in this case, we're probably not going to have too much of this problem, but I want to see it. Oops. Yeah, start this right. Sorry, guys. Do it slow. So there's some kind of tone there that you can really feel. It's like it's on all three of them. Those first two notes almost sound like they're the same note, you know? So C and C sharp. So let's just take a look. And this isn't going to be, oh, okay, well, I'm poofing all over the place right now. Not cool. Not sure what's going on. This is a little bit weirdo. Have to record that again. So see, yeah, this really has like there's this thing sitting there that's so similar between them. You almost want to take a fundamental out of one of the notes, and that's a way to do it. You could make it up with the next harmonic, but let's just I'm going to take C sharp and I'm just going to crank it down and see what happens here. Oops. Okay, that third one I'm really worried about. So I'm gonna go up 2 octaves here. I think that's the note. I think that's D. And I'm actually gonna turn up in a pretty narrow Q. I'm going to turn up the D note. And I could, on the second octave, I could turn up that C itself. Again, pretty skinny. Might want to take out even more of that. Even those first 3 harmonics might come out better, but let's take a look without it. So you see now, if I take it out, that whole woofy thing that kind of sticks it all together comes back. I'm doing it a little bit drastic. I could do this a lot less. So. And in that case, I'm probably going to take this one down a little bit. Let's try it without. So that's mostly what I use it for. It's almost always some kind of bass problem. My mastering engineer, Andrew, he actually uses this for a lot of other stuff. He actually uses it for vocals. I guess back in the day before you had auto-tune and stuff, sometimes you'd hammer a vocal note a little bit to get you a pitch. That doesn't really work all that well for me. I just use the Melodyne and auto-tune or whatever. But that's the very, very little basics of it. But I'm gonna go and we gotta optimize this thing. We haven't touched it in a while, and I'm not sure what that poofing was, so I'm gonna figure that out before I